Thank you very much, Ndade. Indeed, Pula. And Khozo as well. We also have another message of support coming from APNAC. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much, Director of Ceremonies. Ms. Wright, Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly Parliament of Lesotho, Honorable Sekayame Mani, the Chairperson of SADCOPAC, Honorable Warren Mbezi, the Vice Chairperson of SADCOPAC, Honorable Lempeni Letsi, and the Secretary General of SADCOPAC, Honorable Madala Mhlanga, and all PAC chairpersons here, all protocols observed. APNAC, first of all, is the African Parliamentary Network Against Corruption. Each country is supposed to have that chapter. If you don't have that chapter, then you are aiding to corruption. It's been in existence for a very long time, and it works with the United Nations Against Corruption protocols, as well as the Africa Union. I stand here before you as the Vice President for the African Parliamentary Network Against Corruption. Before I was Vice President, I also have a position of the Chairman for the Southern African Parliamentary Network Against Corruption. We had this regional body put together in Zambia because the APNAC constitution wants to see regional chapters in place. Unfortunately, SADC is way behind. Only a couple countries are part of APNAC, they're part of SAPNAC. Zimbabwe is one of them, Zambia is one of them, Mozambique is one of them, DRC is one of them, Madagascar, Malawi. The rest, we have tried to engage the office of the Speaker and the clerks of Parliament on you being part of it. We have sent MOUs, and it's taken time. West Africa, I must say, is very strong in that aspect, and it's seen to be the only one that is determined to fight corruption. I therefore urge the Honorable Speaker, at least while I'm here in Lesotho, for us to sign that MOU. At least my president, who's the Benin president for SAPNAC, for APNAC, will be very happy. I stand here representing him. The APNAC chapter is chaired by the Speaker of Benin, and we have a biannual general meeting in Uganda, in Ghana, in the next week. The reason why we fought for Ghana was, I raised the issue that the reason probably why most of the Southern African countries are not participating is because of the language issue. It was in Benin for a long time, and we're not really French aligned, but more English, so Ghana suits us better. So because of that, you have to come on board, because I really pushed for that for us to also have members from Southern Africa being part of it. The aspect of language was critical. It was very critical. And as a result, they did agree to that. You are very much invited to attend the biannual conference, even if you're not a member, but to also understand how the organization works. The few issues that I want to bring to attention is that we believe that corruption fights back in a big way. And I'm happy to say that SADCOPAC, you've done half of the work. The public accounts committees, you've done half of the work for any institution to use that information to fight corruption. Keen on their own term of office. I think it's about time we also say if the president can serve for 2 terms, why can't a member of parliament or a councillor serve for 2 terms? What else will you do after that? We've got to accommodate a certain generation too, and we seem not to be accommodating a certain generation. So the former members of parliament are champions for fighting corruption. I think they're more useful when they're not parliamentarians. So what do we do with that resource? We incorporate them. Of course, it's difficult for parliament to fund somebody who's not a member of parliament, but ways are being identified to see how best we can work on that. Mr. Speaker, I want to challenge SADCOPAC to say, we come here, we meet, and I will not mention which speaker I spoke to. I said, but we've got all these regional bodies. You all meet. We are tired of funding MPs to go. And yet we don't see anything happen. This question was directed to me as the chairperson for the Southern African Parliamentary Network Against Corruption. I said, we've got these many bodies, but what is it that we benefit from them? Besides us just giving members of parliament money to go and so forth. The documents, you are the custodians for the documents which comes from the public, from the Auditor General's office. Why don't you share with other regional bodies so that they can debate on them? We are more than happy as APNAC, as SAPNAC, to be able to deliberate on those documents. What we are coming up with is an index which will be purely on research, which will be purely on facts, to be able to see which is the most corrupt country in SADC, which is the most corrupt portfolio in each country in terms of the ministries. We must expose that. The Auditor General's report has done that. The only thing is to now put that in the public domain and say, from the Auditor General's office, the ministry, ex-ministry, is not performing well. And again, as legislators, why do you keep voting and passing budgets from ministries which has been red flagged by the Auditor General's office? It's a shame on us to allow a report which clearly says that Ministry X misappropriated funds, but you still go ahead to pass their budget. Are you not aiding to corruption? Those are my last words, Honorable Chair, and I hope that we can work together in the fight against corruption. Let's stand together and let's name and expose from a factual position in the Auditor General's office report. No one can sue them because they're very factual and they're accurate. We also intend to bring in the academia in every institution. In every country, we pick a university that will be responsible for research in terms of how we are performing in terms of corruption as institutions. I believe that for as long as we align ourselves with academia, we can never go wrong. Thank you very much, and let's fight together against corruption.
Thank you very much, the descendant of Chimoranga. I think your message has been very clear. You have almost covered what is going to be covered in the next 3 days. Now we are going to have